Well, Atkins, and we are the Real Estate Jerky Veterans Edition. How you doing, Bobby?
Doing great. How you doing, Ed?
Good. Just loving this life we're in.
I'm loving fall, man. I'm glad I'm not sweating like a hog every day.
Dude, it's going to be 90.
Hey, that's still better than.
Oh, no, we got in the 70s for so long there, and then we got 80s, and then, it's 90. It was 2 weekends ago. It was like 91. Yeah. I was like, I can be in my pool this weekend. And then it went back down, and we're going to have one more hot day, and then it's going to drop in the 70s. We're finally getting to that. That's the problem with October. It doesn't really know what it is.
Yeah. Well, so around here, it seems like right at Halloween is right when it gets cold, right? Just like overnight.
Well, you don't know if you got to wear jackets for Halloween or if you have to wear shorts for Halloween.
Well, so my cousin lives up in New Hampshire, and every Halloween they have snow.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, well, that's a extra kink in the plans, right? But I guess they're used to it. So.
Well, this whole year has been kind of weird because of where the market we're in. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's been amazing. It's not like it, it's like people are scraping by to get by in our industry.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm getting the allergies from this time of the year again. I don't know why.
Yeah, unless everything's dead, I have allergies. So I hear you.
I just been moving a lot of stuff around, rearranging and stuff. Maybe I'm getting the dust. That's probably what it is.
There you go.
Yeah. Or, who knows? A lot of mosquitoes this year.
Yeah, I know that.
And they bite the ankles. I don't know if you noticed that. Well, once I've been biting, maybe that's the only thing I have available for them to bite. But it just seems like that's where my issues are.
For some reason, they don't touch me, man. I can be out there in the backyard and my wife and kids get all bit up, and I'm like, I got nothing, man.
Yeah.
Must have arsenic in my blood or something.
Must be that fire foam.
Yeah, the AFFF.
Were you around any of that stuff?
Oh, of course, man. Yeah.
Have you put in for the thing?
No. Huh?
Why not? Were you exposed at least 5 times to it?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'd have to think back 20 years.
You say yes, and I would put in for the thing if you've been because you never know how it's going to affect you going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that foam is very cancerous. Carcinogenic.
Yeah, carcinogenic.
Yeah, so that's why it's all over. It's like the whole where you were in North Carolina, Camp Polk, not Camp Polk. What was that? The North
Pendleton.
Yeah, no, Pendleton's down in San Diego County. I can't think of the
Lejeune.
Yeah, Camp Lejeune. The funny or not so funny, I was supposed to get stationed there during that period of time.
What was it, like contaminated water or something?
Yeah, exactly. Their tanks that oil, that fuel, or something that contaminated all the drinking system.
Oh,
yeah, it was interesting. And so if you were there, pretty much it messed you up during that period of time.
Well, I tell you, man, like working on F-14s, the rule was if they're not leaking, then they're empty, right?
Oh, really?
And so in between coolant oil, JP5, stuff like that, right? I mean, you're always just like a wet rag walking around, and like the skin on your hands would like slough off. Ooh. Like,
damn, and you don't have a disability?
Man, the more we talk about, maybe I should call.
You need to put in for it. There's so many companies now that will help.
Yeah,
put that together for you. And I don't know if we brought up last week about the Firewalk we're doing. Did I bring that up?
I don't know if we talked about it on camera.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to do it in February 17th, and I'm like, started thinking about it. I went, how many days of rain do we get in February? It's like 6 days right across that day. I'm like, okay, we're not doing it in February, so we're moving it to April, which should be a little bit better, but you never know. So because April showers bring May flowers, right?
Yeah, but here in California, man, we get one wet winter and then the next 5 are dry.
Well, this year's supposed to be just as bad as last year.
Really?
Most of that much rain. I don't know about snow, but it's supposed to be a wet year.
Oh.
So so right now it's either April 6th or probably end of the month. I don't want to do around the 15th.
Around tax day?
Yeah, the one tax time. Because everybody's just finishing now and get ready for the next one.
Yeah.
So we're putting it together, and that right now we have enough for 100 veterans to come and do the Firewalk, and we're trying to grow from there.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a Modesto or outer Riverbank. I'm talking to a couple of veteran people who have, like MJC has a guy that runs it through. He's a veteran. I don't know if it's going to be out there. We're in the talks of a bunch of people because all we need is a parking lot. to do it in. But I want people to be able to sit around and have some other stuff and maybe a dinner beforehand.
Yeah.
Make it a nice little thing.
Cool.
Yeah. So we'll see how it works. The most important thing is for the veterans to come in and walk the fire so they can get through some of their issues. And a lot of people are like, I don't want to do that. That's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Get somebody else to do it.
Come out and support people still, right?
That's right. Yeah. It's all about helping vets. All right. So you told me you wanted to re-look at buying a second home VA when you own a home VA, right?
Correct. Yeah. Because I know obviously it's not probably a terribly common thing that happens, especially around here, but I figure there's a lot of nuances you could go over.
Yeah, so basically you get a certain amount of your eligibility that you have when you as a veteran, you get so much, and you, depending on the size of your loan, is how much of the eligibility is used up, right? So they really look at what's the conforming loan limit, right? Because that's usually before we become a jumbo VA, because you can go up to 1.5 and higher than that. But the normal VA loan is up to the conforming loan limit. Then after that, it's classified as a jumbo, and we have a little bit different pricing, not majorly different, just a little bit different.
Gotcha.
So say that right now we're at 726, but we know the conforming loan limit's going up to 750. So if you had, and this is just easy, quick math, I have to run a whole calculation, put the information in the thing, and it'll tell me exactly if you're going to be
full disclosure. It's not a quote, right?
Right. I'm not. I'm just saying. So say that it's 750. You have a loan right now of 200,000. Easily, you should be able to buy a home of 550,000.
Yeah.
Easy math, but I got to run the numbers to make sure, because not everybody knows their eligibility number, what the loan was and what it is and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have to run those numbers. If it's in the same, it's harder if it's in the same town than when you transfer. It's so much easier. We have to go to the VA and get their approval, which is not a big deal. But for say that you have more kids now than when you bought and you need more bedrooms, that's an easy sell, unless it's across the street.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know what I mean? It's got to.
That sounds like an investment to me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to buy that when I rent it. And because I don't want anybody to sell any real estate for the next 20 years if possible. Because I don't see values going down. I only see them going up over the next 20 years, and even worse, because in 20 years from now, you got the pandemic baby boomers coming of age to buy homes. Yeah. So that's why if you can keep them, keep the real estate. And not everybody wants to have real estate, and get a management company to manage it.
Yeah.
And we put out there about that multifamily where you can buy, for 5% down, and it was cut up on stuff. And people are like, oh, what if you have a place that has squatters' rights and blah, blah. Yeah, there's exceptions to every rule. And one person gets, because if we did that, why are we driving? I know somebody got in a car accident and died. Yeah. Why are we driving then still? You follow me? You can't do that. You can put things in place so that you don't have the same issue. Get a management company to oversee your stuff. And then they'll make sure they get out, and they'll make sure they get a new person in for you.
As you're talking about this right now, man, I just thought of an idea for our next show. So.
Good thing it's next week.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So I'm just saying there's so many things you can do, because you can buy VA units, but you got to qualify for the whole thing. I think we talked about that before. It's because you're the vet with another vet or your spouse. Well, these other people rents are not your spouse. So back to buying. It's not a major issue. It's just, can you qualify for both transactions? Can you qualify for both payments? And, depending on what the rents are and that kind of stuff. We just have to look at the debt to income ratio and make sure you have enough eligibility for your next purchase.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are in the military, they keep the house of the station they're at now, and they go to the next station and buy another house. And then they keep both eligibility. And then eventually what sometimes they do is they refinance that first one so they can do it again on the next one. And that's how they build their portfolios around different bases. They can always rent it to a vet.
Yeah. You mean like refinance it out of a VA?
Mm-hmm. Because then you get your eligibility back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, and people can you use it multiple times? Yeah, you can use your VA loan as many times as you want. The biggest thing is you pay the funding fee. So when you get out, please go through the process of looking at any disability you potentially have, because all you need is a 10%, so you don't have to pay the funding fee.
Yeah.
And it's easy. I mean, I had a medical record so thick, I put in so many complaints that they automatically gave me 10%. I should have went back multiple times to increase it, but I haven't. And you should. It's so much easier these days than it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I answer your questions?
Yeah, that was good, man.
Okay. Anything you want to add today?
No.
No?
That's
it's all about me.
Well, I was gonna say I was asking you the questions today. So.
Yeah, the biggest thing is it's easy to do stuff VA, and you should, if you're a vet, you should do it VA and just move on and don't look at any other program. I don't even care if you pay funding fee. Even you got to put 20% down. It's such a better program because of the refinance program later also. Because think about it, everybody else has to qualify for the refinance. As a veteran, you don't. You're already qualified once. You don't have to qualify again for the refinance unless you're taking cash out.
Yeah.
Caveat.
Okay.
Everything. All right. Make it a great day. Thanks for being here, Bobby. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Ed.
And we appreciate you. And if you like what we do here, subscribe to our YouTube channels. Mine's Ed Parcaut, and Bobby is Bobby Atkins Realtor.
Robert Atkins Realtor.
Sorry, you too many names.
I know.
It's like me going Edward. I'm just kidding. All right.